Have you ever thought about how cool it'd be if you could go back in time to your younger self and just sit your younger self down and say, I need to tell you some stuff? Like, wouldn't that be cool? One of the things I love about being my age is, I've got a bit of life experience under my belt now and some different perspectives. And boy, there's a lot I'd like to tell my younger self. So buckle up, younger self. It's time for you to sit down and listen. Okay, so one of the first things I would say to my younger self is it's okay to know what you want, and it's okay to say what you want. Okay, I know this starts small. Like for me, I was at a place when I was a young adult, first on my own, I would struggle to say like even what movie I wanted to go see. It was pretty severe. But I guess I'm referring in this to something a little bit further down the road. I'm talking about the relationships that you're in. You know what? Say what you want, okay? If you want to go live in a different city than what your friend, your partner wants to, well then say it. Be brave. Say what you want, okay? This is something that you need to work out together. And trust me, girl, you are strong enough to handle the outcome. All right? Either the outcome's going to be A, they want the same thing as you, B, they're willing to have a conversation and work on a compromise that meets both of your guys' goals, or C, they don't want it and they're not willing to budge. But you know what? I want to tell you, I want to encourage you, you are strong enough to handle the outcome. Because you know what? Here comes some hard slap of reality, girl, because it's coming across your face right now. All right. You think it's hard to stand up to that person and say, I want something different, and to hear them say, I don't take a hike. You think that's hard? Let me tell you, you just sitting there being a spiny little wimp saying, oh, I'll just do whatever you say. I'll make it work. I've been doing it all my life. I'll make it. Okay. That is on a fast track to pain on a whole other level. And you don't want it, okay? I'm just saying, you don't want it. Have a spine, sit them down and say, this is what I want, all right? I want certain things with respect to my faith. I want certain things with respect to building something together. I want certain things as far as where we live. I want certain things as how we interact with family, with friends, what we do together, where we travel. I want to say what I want. And if we agree, great, then we're probably a really good team. And if we don't, it's okay to walk away. You are stronger than you think. Did you hear me? Don't be a spiny ass. Another thing I would tell myself is, girl, you don't have to fight through all of this by being Little Ms. Independence. It sounds so noble in the moment. I'll do it myself. I'll build a career that I can support myself. I will do all this myself because I don't need anybody. I want people in my world that want to be in my world, not people I need to be in my world. Okay, yeah, okay. I get it. On a lot of levels, that's not half bad. But I know the true motivation of what was going on underneath the surface, because you know what? Look who you're talking to. And the real issue here is you didn't trust anybody. You did not trust that somebody could come into your life and could be that person, that could be by your side, that could help you, that could help you get what you want, that together you guys could work together to get what you wanted. And that was the bigger problem. So I'm here to encourage you that, you know what, just go out and make friends, make lots of friends, but use that time as somewhat of like an interview process. You know, in your paradigm right now, think of it like as a job interviewing. You know, you are Little Miss, I'm pretty damn good, and you are CEO of the We Are Damn Awesome Corporation, okay? I want you to find a CFO, a COO that has the same values as you and the same priorities. Because you know what? They're out there. So interview them. Ask them what they want. And you know what? A lot of them aren't going to be the right fit. And that's okay. It's okay. Grant them a lot of grace. They didn't do anything wrong. Let them toddle on down their path. But you know what? There are people out there, and I'm not talking about a spouse here. I'm talking about the people that are close to you that support you in your dreams, all right? And eventually, yeah, it does turn into a spouse. But I'm just saying, this whole thing about I have to be Miss Independence and I have to have all this, because I know the true secret is that you didn't trust. And I'm here to tell you, you can trust. There are a lot of good people out in the world, a lot of people who truly love you and want what's best for you, and lean into that. It's there. Go look for it. Trust me, girlfriend, you will find it. Here's one for you, little sis. You are not a 9-to-5er. I'm just going to tell you this straight up. You're wondering why all these little interviews on campus and stuff are just going down the toilet. Yeah, they see something that you don't see yet. You're not a 9-to-5er. You're going to try it and you're going to be like, okay, this is great. I'm doing this great career thing and I'm showing up every day and I'm giving it my all. And girl, you did a really good job. I'm here to pat you on the back. You're going to be proud of your future self. But this thing where you have to be at your cube at 8:00, not 8:01, where you've got all the KPIs, you know what? That's really good and it's noble and it pays the bills. And when the economy is tough, that's important, all right? But I'm just saying, your makeup is something different. You are entrepreneurial at heart. And you know what? Go forward with that knowledge. Like, it's okay to do what you need to do in the short term with respect to finding a job and keeping your bills paid. But just know you were designed to build something and to have that be long term and be something that is truly yours. And I just want to encourage you to just learn what you can about basic business models and how businesses work and what they need, and go out and build yourself something that works for you. Give yourself permission. Don't listen to all the noises around you. Go do what you need to do, because when your heart lands on that, you're going to do so much better. Here's a great little tip for you, my younger self. You know what you need in life? Give it away. Give what you need. This one took me a while to figure out. In fact, it's just been fairly recent that I figured this one out, and it's working like a jewel. You need friends, be a friend. Like, actually be a friend. Don't just go out and be like friendly to people. But when you have people in your life, really plug in. Pay attention to the little things they're saying. Remember them on their events. Reach out, send them messages. Just let them know that you're thinking of them, that you're there for them, that you'll hold space for them. You need somebody to celebrate with. Be a celebration. Girl, what you need, you give it away. And in giving it away, I'm telling you, you're giving it to yourself. That's a wonderful feeling. My next couple of pieces of advice come from the life wisdom that I've accumulated being a bookkeeper. Tell you, I kind of didn't want to do the whole bookkeeping gig. It kind of landed in my lap, and I really thought about it and contemplated it before I said yes, because I thought, I don't know, I'm kind of the creative sort, and this is a lot of numbers, and you know what, it is. But the numbers have their own language, and they've taught me some pretty important things. And one of those things is that things either add up or they don't. It's one of the beautiful binary natures of numbers. They either add up or they don't. And if they don't add up, it's usually because somebody's trying to hide something. Now, there's the simple math there. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about when you get into the end of the month and you're trying to reconcile your world and something isn't adding up and you're going after it and you're trying to find it. It's a little elusive. Yeah, it's not adding up because somebody's not telling you everything. It's true in the math with bookkeeping, but it's also true in life with relationships. But I want to tell you a little bit bigger story here, okay? When you're doing bookkeeping, you're reconciling somebody's bank account. Yeah, you go after it, you find it, you fix it, all right? But in life, with relationships, the wild card is that they are their own unique people. And there are times when it's not appropriate for them to share. And it's times when it is appropriate for them to hold back and not tell you the whole story. And so you know what, girl? When things don't add up, just say to yourself, there's just some piece here that I'm not being allowed to see. And until I can see it, this isn't going to make any sense. So it is counterproductive to keep pouring energy into it. So you know what? If it doesn't add up, it's because I don't know the whole thing. And that's okay. And then you put a period on it and you walk away. And you know what? You save yourself a lot of headache. because 99% of the time it's not about you, and it's just really something that it is appropriate for them to keep to themselves. So just acknowledge it and walk away. Another piece of advice I have stems off the fact that, my brain works different. I didn't realize that for a lot of years. In fact, I was probably in my 30s when I read a book by Temple Grandin, and I thought I was reading it because I liked cattle, and I found out that I wasn't reading about the cattle at all. I was in absolute shock that she was describing my brain to a T. And one of the things that I have learned is that I have a tendency to take people very literally. If they say, hey, let's go get coffee this weekend, I'm like, in my brain, okay, I've got this time slot available, and blah, 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 blah. And okay, now they said they were going to come and we're going to go have coffee, and yet, why aren't they here? And yeah, that's one of my pieces of life advice to you, is that listen to what they say, but with this gift comes another gift, okay? So I know it's frustrating because you take things literally. I get that, but I want you to realize that the very gift that causes that frustration bears a deeper gift, and that's the ability to see what they're not saying, okay? So sometime when you're in a situation, a group, whatever, let's say you're in a room full of people and you have this vibe, something's not right and it's rubbing you wrong, and you just want to scream out and be like, okay, just stop and watch, and just watch and watch. I promise you, you have something innate in you, and you'll be able to hear what's not being said. And most likely it will surprise you, and it will illuminate for you what you need to do as a positive force for good to help move yourself, the group, the organization's goals forward, okay? This is a very powerful gift that you have, and I encourage you to know it's there, to grab onto it, and to utilize it. Because this isn't about pointing fingers at people and saying, oh, you were better. It's not that at all. It's looking into a group and saying, oh my gosh, I see it now. I know what I can do here to be a positive force for good. And let me tell you, that is the best feeling. You are going to love, 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 love this gift. My last piece of advice is one that I'm going to have the most fun with. Because back when I was you, I was a teaching assistant for a class in college. And I got pulled into the office one day, and the person who was my supervisor said, how's it going? And I did not respond with it, this is the best job I've ever had. No, I'm sure my response was more like, because in my mind I was like, it's kind of scaring the crap out of me a little bit, and I'm not really sure how to navigate this situation because I don't know how to talk to people, much less the people in my class, So I'm sure my face was more like, and I got lectured that I needed to step it up, basically was the bottom line. And I walked out of that conversation and I was a little bit concerned, like I might be getting fired. Shortly after that, I ran into another teaching assistant, and she asked me, how's it going? And I said, I don't know. I'm kind of concerned that I'm about to be fired. And she looks at me and she goes, I'm going to give you a little piece of life advice. And you know what? Here, as my older self talking to you, I'm here to remind you of that little piece of life advice, right? Because it applies a whole lot more than just being a teaching assistant in a college class in chemistry. All right? Quit being so freaking nice. All right? Stop it. Just stop it. Go in there and you be the biatch that you know how to be. All right? Go in there and raise some freaking Cain. Raise some hell. All right? Drop an F-bomb or two if you need to. Get their attention. This is called boundaries, all right? And I'm not talking about going in there and being verbally abusive to anybody or anything. So if you want to come crawling all over my comments, just hear me out, all right? I grew up in an environment where it was keep sweet at all costs. And I'm here to tell you that the keep sweet philosophy is dangerous, all right? You're going to get freaking mowed over with this keep sweet crap, all right? It's called setting a boundary, holding your ground, all right? Girl, don't do the keep sweet crap. You're new in a relationship, even if you're in a relationship for a while, hold your ground, snap a little bit, push back, say, hey, I wasn't trying to be all in your face. I was trying to help. Sorry. All right. It's okay. I want to give you this piece of life advice. You don't have to be the doormat. In fact, I'm telling you, don't be the doormat, girl. Stand up and say your voice. Say what's on your mind. Make yourself a little bit scary at first. Establish the boundaries, because you know what? You need people to respect you. And a lot of times they won't because of the keep sweet. Keep sweet does not give respect, okay? You go in there and you just brush it up the wrong way and you get some respect. And then once the respect is established, then you start working the boundary gates and you start negotiating, and things are going to work so amazing. And I'm just saying, it's not just a teaching class. I thought it was. I thought, okay, I walk in on the first day and I say, hey, welcome to your class. I'm your teacher, and this ain't high school. And I could see him kind of trembling, like, yeah, this ain't high school. We're playing by my rules here, and I'm doing it to keep you safe, all right? Because it was a chemistry lab, and we were playing with a lot of dangerous things in the lab. I had to keep them safe. That's not a stretch. So, but one thing I've learned over time, the keep sweet got me in a lot of trouble, and I would just give a lot to spare you that in life. Yeah, I would give a lot to spare you that, because you know what? You are an amazing, fantastic human being. And you have so many amazing gifts and so many people who love you and want you to succeed. So, girl, I've dumped a lot on you here, and I'm excited that technology lets me do this, to just go in that place in my mind where I can sit down with you and we can have this chat. Because, you know, in a lot of ways, sometimes these are things I need to hear even now at this stage of my life. Because I've got a whole great chapter ahead of me I'm about to write, and it'll be fun to take these pieces of advice going forward. Hope you've enjoyed this. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Tell me what you would say to your younger self. Drop it down there for me. And please hit the like button and subscribe. I'm a growing YouTuber, and I always appreciate the feedback. I appreciate the loves. Hey, until next time, much love. God bless.